From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Jill Rio.
Starting off this morning with cloudy skies across Central New York. We're tracking some showers and a few thunderstorms to our west. A live look at our KV tower cam looking towards downtown Utica. Again, relatively quiet weather to start for this morning. But as you head out the door, going to want to grab the umbrella as we'll be tracking some showers across the region. Still going to be humid for today, so still need that air conditioner going as we go throughout the morning into the afternoon hours, as those dew points will be staying in the upper 60s to low 70s over the next couple of hours. But you will notice a drop in those dew points once that cold front moves in, with much more comfortable weather returning starting tomorrow. So again, we are going to be dealing with the humid conditions for today across the region. We're also going to be dealing with a bit of rain. Now, the rain is still to our west on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. That is associated with a cold front that's going to move in. So do expect some scattered showers for this morning into the early afternoon hours, and then we will begin to dry out. We are keeping a close eye on what is now Tropical Storm Ida. Going to bring some very heavy rain to Alabama, Mississippi, and still Louisiana, but we're keeping a close eye for Central New York as the path looks to be just to the south of us, keeping that heavy rain down into the mid-Atlantic and into Pennsylvania. But we're going to keep a close eye on that track for the next couple of days. 70 degrees in Loudville, 73 in Whitesboro, 70 in Deansboro. Same story for the southern valleys, 70 in Sherburne, 72 in Cooperstown. Scattered showers for this morning will be winding down as we head towards this afternoon. So by 5 p.m., drying out with quiet weather returning as we head into tonight. So umbrella needed with on and off rain showers for this morning into the afternoon. Tonight will dry out, we'll drop back into the 60s. And then a nice stretch of some dry weather over the next couple of days. Again, just an isolated shower possible on Wednesday and cooling down into the low 70s by Thursday and Friday. Katrina?
Thank you so much.
The time is 5:19. We're saying good morning to Herkimer and all the Greater Utica region. There is General Herkimer right there. Now, as we go throughout today, going to want to bring that umbrella with you. We're going to be tracking some showers across the region. The one positive for the rain, the pollen count is going to be slightly lower today, but it is going to increase, especially as we head towards Wednesday, where we could see a very high pollen count once again across the region, especially with the ragweed. Medium levels, though, for today, as we'll be seeing some showers across the region. So if you're heading to the Great New York State Fair, again, don't those showers fool you. They'll be on and off throughout the morning, dissipating as we head towards the afternoon as that cold front moves in. Temperatures won't be bad as well, in the low 80s across the region. Now, we will be tracking some rain not only for today, but the potential for Wednesday as well. Look at that forecast coming up. Katrina?
Thank you, Joe. The Latino America aftermath of the path of Hurricane Ida today. In parts of the state, roads are impassable, hospitals are damaged. People are trapped in Jefferson Parish this morning. Now, the storm made landfall Sunday afternoon near Port Fortune, Louisiana, as a Category 4 hurricane. Hundreds of thousands without power, including all of New Orleans Parish. On Sunday, FEMA said it had deployed more than 2,400 employees to the states along the Gulf Coast. That includes search and rescue and ambulance teams, along with 2.5 million meals, 3.1 million liters of water, 76,000 tarps, and 64 electric generators. This was the scene as Hurricane Ida's eye wall hit the town of Golden Meadow. You can see strong winds and it ripped off rooftops, knocked over power lines. Well, Hurricane Ida hadn't weakened much at that point. It was slowed down to a crawl. We just had an update this morning. It had turned to the north, meaning the eye wall could edge closer to downtown New Orleans. Possibility of high winds. Flood concerns, power outages, and the cleanup that must wait until daybreak. Here's Reynolds Wolf with the Weather Channel.
That's right, meteorologist Reynolds Wolf cutting from New Orleans, Louisiana, and Ida is lifting up and moving away. But the problem that we have now, well, rising water, the wind which continues, a lot of tree damage, a lot of structural damage, and widespread power outages. I can tell you right now, the latest that we have for you is that we have full power outages in Orleans Parish. Everyone here was without power in the city. In the surrounding area of 1.2 million people, a lot of power outages there also. We've been told the crews, and there are many in the area, are not going to be able to get out and about and try to even start restoring services to people until sunrise. And then, of course, you go through the process of cleaning out the roadways, having to deal with the debris everywhere, and then the hard work gets underway of restoring those services that are so important to so many. Reporting from New Orleans, I'm Reynolds Wolf, the Weather Channel.
We continue to follow that breaking news out of Afghanistan. Just before the eve of the deadline to get Americans out of Afghanistan, witnesses say rockets struck a neighborhood near Kabul's international airport amid the ongoing U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. Hours before this, the president watched as 13 flag-draped caskets were taken off the transport plane at the base in Dover, Delaware, and carried to transfer vehicles. First Lady Jill Biden also attended this dignified transfer, which is a military ritual for those killed in foreign combat. The president and the First Lady also met privately with the families of those who died. The service members ranged in age from 20 years old to 31 years old. 11 were Marines, 1 was a Navy sailor, and 1 was an Army soldier. A march for Afghan women.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Jill Riehl.
Starting off this morning with mostly cloudy skies across the region. Let's take a live look at our CAV tower cam. Looking towards downtown Utica, yes, it is 5:43 and it's still dark out there. Unfortunately, our sunrise is getting later and later as we head towards September. Weather headlines for today. We're going to be tracking some scattered showers, a few rumbles of thunder as we go throughout the morning into the afternoon hours. Then we'll begin to dry out as we head towards tomorrow. But we are keeping a close eye on the track of Tropical Storm Ida as it makes its way in towards inland and heading towards the mid-Atlantic. We'll be close enough to keep an eye on the potential for some rain as we head towards Wednesday. Right now we're at 72 degrees at Griffiths Park. Rain in Rochester at 70 degrees, 75 in Watertown. A warm start to the day. Humid as well, with temperatures in the upper 60s to near 70. So again, for today, we're seeing some showers just to our west. That is a cold front that's going to move in, bringing us some refreshing air as we head towards tomorrow. But by Wednesday, the track of the storm may impact parts of central New York and into the mid-Atlantic with some rain. But for today, the showers are from a cold front that's going to move through the region. Those showers will be around throughout the afternoon hours, dissipating after about 3-4 o'clock. And then we'll see return to quiet weather as we head into tonight, with quiet weather continuing for Tuesday. So again, for today, some showers and a few thunderstorms this morning into the afternoon. Tonight, we'll drop back into the 60s across the region. There is a chance for some showers as we head into Wednesday. And with that, we will look at that chance for some rain and that track of Ida coming out in less than 10 minutes. Katrina?
Thank you, Jill. TV legend.
The time is 5:50. We are keeping an eye on a tropical storm. Ida was a Category 4 hurricane, now down to a tropical storm as it makes its way inland, but it's moving very slow at this point in time with winds of 60 miles per hour, only moving to the north at 8 miles per hour. We are keeping a close eye on the track of this storm as it makes its way towards the mid-Atlantic. But you notice the track is south of central New York as we head into Wednesday. But it will be close enough, as you will tell on our Skycast, that we'll see a few showers as we head towards Wednesday, especially for the southern valleys. But the heaviest rain is going to stay well south of central New York at this point in time. Of course, we are going to keep a close eye as these tracks do shift a bit as we head closer towards Tuesday night into Wednesday. But as of Monday morning, today, the heaviest rain looks to stay to the south of central New York as we head towards Wednesday and into Thursday. Locally, we are going to see some rain today. We'll look at that forecast coming up. Katrina?
Thank you so much. Category 4 Hurricane Ida on Sunday. Now millions are dealing with the rain, the storm surge, and the flash flooding in the dark. Daryl Forges reports from Baton Rouge.
Oh my gosh, I wish I would have evacuated. I kid you not. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Hurricane Ida making landfall near Port Fourchon, Louisiana, just shy of a Category 5 storm, and with sustained winds of 150 miles per hour at landfall. Ida, a stronger hurricane than Katrina, which devastated the state 16 years ago Sunday.
But when you have Mother Nature throw at you a storm this strong with the surge, the wind, the rain that we're talking about with Hurricane Ida, there's going to be devastating impacts.
The storm slowing down, but increasing the flooding potential. Calls for residents needing help streaming into emergency centers as night falls.
The water is rising. People are in their homes, and we're getting reports of people with water up to their chest. They're asking to be rescued. So very, very dark situation, and we just can't get out yet.
Louisiana's coastal parishes now pummeled for hours by Ida. Signs of the storm's devastating force felt across the state. Homes and businesses throughout the state without power. New Orleans losing power Sunday night. The only electricity coming from generators. President Joe Biden pledging federal assistance to help get the Gulf region back on its feet.
To the people of the Gulf Coast, I want you to know that we're praying for the best and planning prepared for the worst.
That was Daryl Forges reporting there. A group of kids from Michigan are waking up champions today.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Jill Riehl.
Waking up this morning with some cloudy skies across central New York, also tracking a few rain showers. A live look at our CAV tower cam. Now beginning to see the daylight. Now we're sitting at 6:13 this morning. Again, sunrise is going to be a little bit later now that we are heading closer towards September. Now, if you're heading out the door, it doesn't feel like September. We are starting off quite warm across the region. That is because I am tracking a cold front that is going to bring us some showers across central New York. So you want to bring that umbrella with you as you head out the door for this morning. Now, the good news is about this cold front, if you're not a fan of the humidity, it's finally going to drop as we head towards this afternoon, but still humid as we go throughout the morning hours. Then those dew points drop as we head towards this evening. There's the rain. Some scattered showers right now up towards Boonville and Old Forge on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Cloud cover and rain showers are associated with a cold front. Again, that's going to bring us some relief as we head towards later on this afternoon, and especially as we head towards tomorrow. But by Wednesday, we're going to keep an eye on what is left over from Hurricane Ida as it pushes to the north and to the east. But for today, some scattered showers, a few rumbles of thunder for this morning into the afternoon hours. By noon, we're still tracking some rain across the region. But as we head towards this afternoon, especially by this evening, the weather is going to quiet down as we head towards tonight, with temperatures dropping back into the 60s. So again, best chance of rain will be this morning into the afternoon hours, drying out by this evening. As we head into tonight, quiet weather will continue. We'll drop back into the 60s. And taking a look at the rest of your forecast for tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds, low humidity, very comfortable with temperatures in the 70s. We're going to keep a close eye on the potential for some rain on Wednesday from Hurricane Ida, but most of that looks to stay to the south. Katrina?
Thank you, Jill.
The time is 6:19. We're saying good morning to Herkimer and all the greater Utica region. There's General Herkimer right there. Going to be tracking a few showers for this morning into the afternoon as a cold front moves through the area. And because of that, pollen count could be in the medium level instead of high levels, but that is going to return tomorrow, especially as we head towards Wednesday. And really on Wednesday, if we don't see any rain from Hurricane Ida, we'll see very high pollen counts, especially with ragweed. That trend looks like it's going to continue throughout the week. So again, if you're heading to the Great New York State Fair for today, just a few showers this morning, then the weather is going to improve. It's going to be pretty comfortable as the humidity drops as we go throughout today, with temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Katrina?
Thank you so much, Jill. Well, the list of Ida today in parts of the state of Louisiana, roads are impassable. Hospitals are damaged. People are trapped in Jefferson Parish this morning. The storm made landfall Sunday afternoon near Port Fourchon, Louisiana, as a Category 4 hurricane. Hundreds of thousands are without power, including all of Orleans Parish. On Sunday, FEMA said it had deployed more than 2,400 employees to the states along the Gulf Coast, including search and rescue and ambulance teams, along with 2.5 million meals, 3.1 million liters of water, and 76,000 tarps, as well as 64 electric generators. This was the scene as Hurricane Ida's eye wall hit the town of Golden Meadow. You can see strong winds ripped off rooftops, knocked over power lines. While Hurricane Ida hadn't weakened much, it did slow down to a crawl, and this morning we had that update that it had been downgraded and is no longer a hurricane at this point. Flood concerns and power outages, though, and a cleanup that had to wait until daybreak. Here's Reynolds Wolf with the Weather Channel.
That's right, meteorologist Reynolds Wolf County for New Orleans, Louisiana, and Ida is lifting up and moving away, but the problem that we have now, well, rising water, the wind which continues, a lot of tree damage, a lot of structural damage, and widespread power outages. I can tell you right now, the latest that we have for you is that we have full power outages in Orleans Parish. Everyone here is without power in the city. In the surrounding area of 1.2 million people, a lot of power outages there also. We've been told the crews, and there are many in the area, are not going to be able to get out and about and try to even start restoring services to people until sunrise. And then, of course, you go through the process of cleaning out the roadways, having to deal with the debris everywhere, and then the hard work gets underway of restoring the services that are so important to so many. Reporting from New Orleans, I'm Reynolds Wolf, the Weather Channel.
And we continue to follow breaking news on another front just before the eve of the deadline in Afghanistan. Witnesses say rockets struck a neighborhood near Kabul's International Airport amid that ongoing U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. Hours before that, the president watched as 13 flag-draped caskets were taken off a transport plane at a base in Dover, Delaware, and carried to transfer vehicles. First Lady Jill Biden also attended the dignified transfer, which is a military ritual for those killed in foreign combat. The president and the First Lady also met privately with the families of those who died. Service members ranged in age from 20 to 31 years old. 11 were Marines, 1 was a Navy sailor, and 1 was an Army soldier. A march for Afghanistan.
Most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Jill Reel.
We are starting off with mostly cloudy skies across central New York this morning and a few sprinkles. A live look at our CAV tower cam as we're seeing some daylight and some cloud cover over the city of Utica for this morning. Now your weather headlines for today: some scattered showers throughout the morning into the early afternoon hours, and then we'll see some break in the action, but we are keeping a close eye on the track of what's going to be left over from Hurricane Ida as it does push to the north and to the east, where we could see some rain as we head towards Wednesday. We'll keep a close eye on that situation. Very warm and humid for this morning. 69, a very popular number in Old Forge, Inlet, Oppenheim, and Westdale. 67 in Glenmore, 70 in Verona Beach, 73 in Clinton, 73 in New Hartford as we head to the south across the southern valleys. Waking up to 69 degrees in Edmonton, 68 in Lawrence and Cooperstown, 70 in Milford, and 70 as well in Morris. Just a few sprinkles on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Cold front is going to move through, so that chance of rain will be around this morning into the afternoon hours before we quiet things down. Then we're going to keep an eye on now Tropical Storm Ida as it is going to push to the north and to the east. At this point in time, heaviest rain looks to be outside of the viewing area, but we'll keep an eye on that track as we head towards Wednesday. Speaking of rain, some scattered showers for this morning into the afternoon hours. Those will dissipate by 3, 4 o'clock and will dry things out for tonight. Quiet weather will continue into the overnight and into tomorrow morning. So again, for today, some scattered showers this morning into the afternoon. Maybe a few rumbles of thunder. Temperatures near 80 degrees. Tonight, we'll drop back into the low 60s. A decrease in humidity throughout the overnight. Very comfortable weather for tomorrow with a mix of sun and clouds and temperatures in the 70s. We'll look at that rainfall for Wednesday coming up in less than 10 minutes. Katrina? The time is 6:51. We're keeping a close eye on what is now Tropical Storm Ida. It did make landfall as a Category 4 hurricane, but now a tropical storm with winds of 60 miles per hour. And the big story this morning, it is very slow moving only to the north at 8 miles per hour. So there's going to be some flash flooding continuing across the southeast. We're keeping a close eye on the track of this storm as it heads towards the mid-Atlantic by tomorrow and especially for Wednesday. At this point in time, this morning, The best chance for rain looks to be south of the Mohawk Valley. You see that track is to the south, but we're going to keep a close eye. Any shift in that track could see more or less rain. So on our skycast, you will notice some showers will begin to move in, but primarily south. Notice down towards Oneonta and Norwich, dry for the Mohawk Valley and for the North Country. And with that, the excessive rainfall outlook for Wednesday looks to stay well to the south of central New York. But of course, we're going to keep a close eye on this as we head closer to the middle of the week. Katrina?
Why, thank you so much, Jill.
The time is 7:11. We are waking up with mostly cloudy skies across central New York. A little bit of sun showing up on the Mirabito Tower Cam down in Oneonta. We're seeing that cloud cover as well. We're also seeing mostly cloudy skies on our CAV Tower Cam looking over the city of Utica and for the Mohawk Valley. Then as we head up north, cloudy conditions as well up in Old Forge. So some scattered showers will be around throughout the morning into the afternoon hours as a cold front moves through the area. Going to be keeping a close eye on the track of what is now Tropical Storm Ida coming up in less than 10 minutes. Katrina?
Thank you, Jill. AMP Rock.
Time is 7:18. We are waking up with a few showers across central New York, and with the rain in the forecast for today, pollen count could be medium levels for today, but as we dry out for tomorrow and potentially for Wednesday, we're talking about very high pollen counts again for Tuesday and for Wednesday with that ragweed again growing across central New York. We're heading to the Great New York State Fair. Going to be dealing with a few showers for this morning, but drying out as we head towards this afternoon. Temperatures in the low 80s. Now, Tropical Storm Ida with winds of 60 miles per hour is going to weaken and then track into parts of the mid-Atlantic and into the northeast. At this point in time, the track is just south enough where we will not see much in the way of rain across the region, but we do need to keep a close eye on that track. And you will see on our skycast by Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening, majority of that rain is south of central New York. In fact, our excessive rainfall outlook keeps that risk well to the south of the region as we head towards tomorrow and for Wednesday, but we'll keep a close eye on that track. Katrina?
Thank you so much, Jill. Let's take a look at what's
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Jill Riehl.
Starting off your Monday morning with a few scattered showers across central New York, along with mostly cloudy skies. A live look at our CAV Tower Cam as we are seeing that cloud cover extending across central New York for this morning. Now, the game plan for today, some scattered showers this morning into the afternoon. That is associated with a cold front. This cold front will bring us some relief. If you're not a fan of the heat and humidity, that's going to be dropping as we head towards this evening and especially for tomorrow. But what we are keeping an eye on, as we just talked about, Hurricane Ida. We're going to see where that path is as it continues to make its way inland for today and into the mid-Atlantic as we head towards Tuesday and Wednesday. Sky watchers this morning, very warm outside, 63 degrees in Glenmore, 69 in Old Forge, Inlet, Oppenheim, and Westdale, 70 in Verona Beach, 73 in Clinton, 73 in New Hartford. As we travel to the south across the southern valleys, waking up to 68 degrees in Lawrence and Cooperstown, 69 in Edmondson, 70 in Morris, and 70 in Milford. So a chance of rain will be around throughout the morning into the afternoon, but notice it drops as we head towards this evening, with dry weather continuing for tonight and into Tuesday. Again, few and far between. This is going to be the trend for today on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The showers will be on and off throughout the morning into the afternoon as that cold front moves through the area. Again, we are keeping an eye on Tropical Storm Ida at this point in time, bringing heavy rain right now to Mississippi as well as Alabama and the panhandle of Florida. This is slowly going to push to the north and then eventually to the east as we head towards tomorrow and into Wednesday. But for today, the rain will be from that cold front. Scattered showers will be around this morning. By the noon hour, still some on and off showers across the region. Those will dissipate after 3-4 o'clock and will begin to dry out as we head towards this evening into tonight. So again, keep that umbrella handy for this morning into the afternoon, with temperatures topping off near 80 degrees. For tonight, we'll drop back into the 60s. And taking a look at the rest of your forecast for tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s.
Aftermath of Hurricane Ida is now beginning to unfold. Search and rescue efforts are underway after the Category 4 storm roared ashore along the Louisiana coast Sunday afternoon. The rains came down for hours, Destruction is widespread and millions are without power. Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards says rescue crews are still trying to reach some of the hardest hit areas where there are reports of people retreating to their attics to escape the rising water, as you can see right there. Continuing our coverage right now, we turn to NBC's Erin McLaughlin, who is in New Orleans.
The people here in New Orleans and across the state of Louisiana reeling today, seeing for the first time the extent of the damage from deadly Hurricane Ida. You can see here in downtown New Orleans, it's just a mess. There's a roof that was ripped off one of the buildings here, a light post taken down, traffic lights down across the city, and trees just shredded. And those scenes continue across the state of Louisiana as Hurricane Ida made landfall as a Category 4 storm with 150-mile-per-hour maximum sustained winds that continued for hours afterwards. Hurricane force winds extending 50 miles from the center of that storm. That, along with rainfall that caused devastating flooding overnight. Some people had to be rescued from their flooded cars, and people are currently trapped in their attics from rising floodwaters after attempting to seek higher ground. Governor John Bel Edwards acknowledging the hard work required of first responders in the days ahead for their search and rescue efforts. The full extent of the damage and loss of life still yet to be determined. Here in New Orleans, the sun is out and shining, and that may be the only light source for residents here for quite some time, as the storm caused a catastrophic failure to some of the transmission here. Electricity not looking to be on anytime soon, and that's growing health concerns for residents here who will be exposed to the heat, which may put a strain on hospital systems that are already strained from Louisiana's coronavirus outbreak, one of the worst in the nation. In New Orleans, I'm Liz McLaughlin, NBC News.
Red Cross volunteers from all over the country are being mobilized to head to the Gulf Coast to help in the recovery effort. We spoke with a regional director out of Albany this morning who says some volunteers from the Albany area are already heading south, and we could soon see some from here in the Mohawk Valley head down as well.
The devastation is unbelievable. The homes and businesses are just destroyed, and it's going to obviously take a long time to recover. It appears as though, from what I've seen, that the levees actually held very well, so we don't have quite as serious a problem with the storm surge in and around New Orleans. But out in the more rural areas, it's just as devastating as the last time. We've begun sending volunteers into Louisiana, Mississippi. Right at the moment, we don't have anybody being deployed from the Mohawk Valley area, but that could change as the situation develops on scene in Louisiana. They help with sheltering for people who have been forced to leave their homes, distribution of supplies, water, food. There can be mass feeding situations set up, and I would imagine that given the extent of this storm, that will become an option. And then later on, distribution of cleaning supplies for people to help in the aftermath.
Again, Mary Alice Mulgard from the American Red Cross Eastern New York region saying we could be seeing volunteers from the American Red Cross Eastern New York region saying we could be seeing volunteers from right here in the Mohawk Valley head down to the Gulf Coast soon. Of course, stay with News Channel 2 and WKTV.com for the very latest on Hurricane Ida's aftermath. Many here in our area anxiously awaiting whether Ida will be making her way up to our area. Meteorologist Jill Reel joins us now, and Jill, hopefully that answer is no.
That is correct. We are keeping a close eye on the track of what is now Tropical Storm Ida, with winds of 40 miles per hour as it continues to make its way inland and lose strength, but still containing some heavy rain. We're keeping a close eye on this track as we take a look at that graphic. Again, this track will be heading to the south of central New York, heading towards the mid-Atlantic getting closer towards Washington, D.C., Maryland, New Jersey, as well as New York. So we'll be south of central New York as we head towards Wednesday. And we're looking at the excessive rainfall outlook for Wednesday. You can tell we're not even in that marginal risk at this point in time. Looks like that rain is going to stay to the south. We are seeing rain today. That is associated with a cold front on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Just some spotty showers as we go throughout the afternoon hours. Not a washout by any means. We may actually see some sunshine as we head towards the evening hours with temperatures near 80 degrees. The humidity is going to drop tomorrow. Look at those dew points coming up. Gary?
Jill, thanks. Minutes ago, Utica Police gave
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Jill Real.
We are seeing mostly cloudy skies forward this afternoon with a few showers across the region. We actually can see those dark clouds associated with those showers on our CAV tower cam as we are looking over the city of Utica for this afternoon. We are seeing that cloud cover as well across the region from Westmoreland to Herkimer. Look at those dark clouds as well as in Oppenheim. But if you look to the west towards Morrisville, they're seeing some blue skies. So we're going to see improving conditions as we go throughout the afternoon. But first, we got to get through that cold front that is bringing us those scattered showers across the region for this afternoon. So do expect those showers to be on and off throughout the early afternoon hours before the weather does improve. And with that improving conditions, we're going to see dry weather for tomorrow. And as I just said in our first weather, we're keeping a close eye on the path of what is now Tropical Storm Ida as it heads its way towards the northeast and mid-Atlantic as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday. But for us today, tracking that cold front. Now that cold front lingers from Old Forge, heading down towards Syracuse and just south of Rochester. But if you look back towards Rochester, they are seeing improving conditions. So we will see some cloud cover for the next couple of hours, but then that sun will be coming out as we head towards this afternoon and evening. And with that cold front, we'll see much more comfortable air as we head into tonight, and especially as we get closer to tomorrow. Here's what we are dealing with across the southeast, especially right now into Mississippi and Alabama, some very heavy rain. Now this is projected to move to the northeast, heading towards the mid-Atlantic as we head towards the middle of the week, south of central New York, which is some good news. We're sitting at 76 degrees at Griffith Park, but it's still very humid outside. Look at these dew points in the 70s, and we're going to continue to see those dew points in the 70s for the short period of time. But as we head towards tonight, that's when those dew points are going to drop. We're going to see very comfortable air move into the region as we head into tonight and into tomorrow. So on our Skycast, again, those scattered showers will be pushing off to the east. So as we head towards later this afternoon, a return to some sunshine. So by 5 p.m., quiet conditions across central New York. So if we want to go for a walk or run, this evening looks great for go the distance as well. As we head towards tonight, quiet weather throughout the overnight. Temperatures will be dropping back into the 60s as we head into tomorrow morning with sunshine returning. So again, just a few scattered showers for this afternoon. Temperatures will top off near 80 degrees. Mostly to partly cloudy for tonight. We'll drop back into the 60s. Sunshine returns for tomorrow. Mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures will be in the mid-70s across the region. Again, if you do live across the southern valleys on Wednesday, maybe an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but most of the day does look quiet with much cooler weather as we head towards the end of the work week. Gary?
Jill, thanks. New research from the
assignment tonight. First, the United States has completed its withdrawal from Afghanistan, ending America's longest war and closing a sad two-decade chapter in military history. Reporter Alice Barr has the latest in our top story.
In the treacherous final hours on the ground in Afghanistan, the window appeared closed for evacuating Afghan civilians as the focus shifted to getting U.S. troops and critical equipment out, all under the looming threat of more terror strikes.
The threat stream is still real, it's still active, and in many cases it's still specific, and we're taking it very seriously, and we will right up until the end.
The U.S. military says its anti-missile systems thwarted an attack aimed at the Kabul airport overnight. ISIS militants believed to have launched at least 5 rockets. There are no reported casualties. That after the U.S. military says its own drone strike hit an ISIS car bomb heading to the airport. Military leaders say they're investigating reports civilians may have been killed in the explosion.
Make no mistake, no military on the face of the earth works harder to avoid civilian casualties than the United States military.
It comes after last week's horrific ISIS suicide bombing at an airport gate killed roughly 200 Afghans and 13 U.S. service members. President Biden paying his respects to the fallen at Dover Air Force Base over the weekend as 13 families grieve a devastating loss.
It's going to be hard to go on without him. But we know that he died doing exactly what he wanted to do. He went out his way.
A dangerous mission winding down and an end in sight for America's longest war.
The Biden administration says more than 122,000 people, including roughly 6,000 Americans, have now been evacuated from Afghanistan. U.S. officials vowing to keep helping people get out by land even after all troops have gone. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Meantime, search and rescue efforts are underway after Hurricane Ida roared ashore along the Louisiana coast Sunday as a powerful Category 4 storm. Destruction is widespread and millions are without power. Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards says rescue crews are still trying to reach some of the hardest hit areas where there are reports of people retreating to their attics to escape the rising waters. NBC's Liv McLaughlin reports from New Orleans.
A massive search and rescue operation is underway a day after Hurricane Ida slammed into the coast of Louisiana.
I think the damage is catastrophic. It's the worst that I've seen in the 20 years that I've been in the parish, and we've seen several hurricanes.
The deadly Category 4 storm packing 150-mile-per-hour sustained winds and dangerous storm surge.
It was pretty scary. It was pretty scary.
Across the strike zone, the damage is massive. Residents describing the chaos as trees crashed into homes.
And I really didn't have any time to react. And, just the ceiling came crashing down.
Those in low-lying areas retreating to upper floors and attics to escape the rising water.
Then it just progressively got worse till it was ankles, knees, almost chest level. So we just put the dogs on the counters and then we climbed into the attic.
Making a bad situation worse. Ida's destructive wind and rain hovered over the state.
Not only was this a Category 4 storm, but it stayed a Category 4 storm for hours over southern parts of Louisiana.
In New Orleans, a sudden rush of water stranding people in their vehicles overnight as rescuers rushed in.
Man, it was hectic. They had people crying, you had people fainting out there. Some people just haven't seen nothing like that before.
Dangerous and destructive. Ida's impact being felt across the region. Liz McLaughlin, NBC News, New Orleans.
Red Cross volunteers from all over the country are being mobilized to head to the Gulf Coast to help in the recovery effort. We spoke with the regional director out of volunteers from all over the country are being mobilized to head to the Gulf Coast to help in the recovery effort. We spoke with the regional director out of Albany, who says some volunteers from the Albany area are already heading south, and we could see some from right here in the Mohawk Valley region head down as well.
The devastation is unbelievable. The homes and businesses are just destroyed, and it's going to obviously take a long time to recover. It appears as though, from what I've seen, that the levees actually held very well, so we don't have quite as serious a problem with the storm surge in and around New Orleans, but out in the more rural areas, it's just as devastating as the last time. We've begun sending volunteers into Louisiana and Mississippi. Right at the moment, we don't have anybody being deployed from the Mohawk Valley area, but that could change as the situation develops on scene in Louisiana. They help with sheltering for people who have been forced to leave their homes, distribution of supplies, water, food. There can be mass feeding situations set up, and I would imagine that given the extent of this storm, that will become an option. And then later on, distribution of cleaning supplies for people to help in the aftermath.
Again, Mary Alice Mulgard from the American Red Cross Eastern New York region saying we could be seeing volunteers from right here in the Mohawk Valley headed to the Gulf Coast soon. Stay with News Channel 2 and WKTV.com for the very latest on Hurricane Ida's aftermath. And, well, we want to turn right now to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, back from a little R&R. And, boy, we've got a lot to deal with right now.
Yeah, we are keeping an eye on Ida. The track of this storm should pass generally south of central New York, but I do want to give folks an update on where this storm is located. Now a tropical depression. That's the latest from the National Hurricane Center, with winds sustained at 35 miles an hour. Again, the brunt of this will end up going south. As we jump back to our local radar, we are looking at just a couple of sprinkles moving to our east. The weather is going to dry out as we head into tonight, and it is going to turn a lot less humid as we head into the next couple of days. Our current temperature is 82 degrees. This will be the last day that we spend in the 80s for the rest of the week. We're looking at cooler weather ahead, and again, a drop in the humidity tonight, drying out for Tuesday. Again, we'll keep a close eye on Ida, perhaps giving us some showers on Wednesday. But again, that is going to be the general idea with the storm going to the south. This evening, we're looking at partly sunny skies, temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. We are tracking a relatively cooler week ahead. Look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Congresswoman Claudia Tenney and Congressman John.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening and welcome back. The weather is changing. It's turning a lot less humid throughout the course of this late afternoon and this early evening as a cold front has moved through central New York, and it is providing a big change, and for many people, a welcome change. As we take a live look at the CAPV Tower Cam, we are looking to the south, and it is a sunny late afternoon here in central New York. The weather is clearing out. We had a lot of clouds this morning, but again, with the cold front heading to the east, it's carrying the humidity, the showers, and the clouds with it. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, and again, most of our area, our entire area, is looking dry. You can see the showers in the Capital District and into the lower Hudson Valley, again, moving away from our area. Again, a nice evening is expected. If you're heading to the State Fair this evening or tomorrow, the weather's looking nice, partly sunny skies, great weather, great outdoor weather here, at least for the evening as well as tomorrow. And then things change somewhat here for Wednesday based on the track of what's left of Ida. Temperatures this evening in the low 80s. Utica 81, Dolgeville 80 degrees, Rome 81, Lowville 82. Big Moose in the Adirondacks, 72 degrees. Across Southern Valleys, Columbus, or Sherburne rather, 82 degrees. Cooperstown, 80, and Skanevis, a little bit cooler with 73. If you're taking the dog out for a walk this evening, again, the weather is nice. It is much more comfortable. Sunshine, temperatures in the 70s. Tonight's featured dog is Willie. And if you'd like to be part of this, head to Bill's Buddies on Facebook. And this is brought to you by Staffworks. Have a look at the temperature trend. It's in the low 80s this evening, but this will be the last time we're in the 80s for the rest of the week. We'll be in the upper 70s tomorrow, mid-70s Wednesday, and into the low 70s. Some cooler weather is expected for the end of the week. As we look at the radar and satellite image, again, a cold front heading to the east. Again, we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Our weather, at least for the short term, is looking quiet. Looking at partly cloudy skies tonight and comfortable. Overnight lows drop down into the low 60s. Tomorrow, a mix of sunshine and clouds. Temperatures will climb into the mid to upper 70s. And then tomorrow night, some clouds start to return to the area. We think that Wednesday will be mostly cloudy, some high clouds from the leftovers of Ida. You can see some rain showers making it as far north as southern Otsego and Shenango County. We'll keep an eye on that. That's all going to be dependent on the track of Ida. If that shifts north, the more of us get into the rain. If this storm shifts south, it is going to be entirely a dry day across central New York. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Less humid tonight, low of 60. Tomorrow, nice day, pleasant. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s and noticeably less humid. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. A shower or storm possible Wednesday, again, depending on the track of Ida. Thursday, Friday, looking nice, cooler, low 70s. Nice start to the weekend. Some showers, some thunderstorms possible on Sunday and Labor Day. Already into that time of the year. Summer flew by.
Yeah, it did. But at least, you know, mid-70s, not bad for the end of August. We'll take it, right?
Very comfortable week ahead.
Oh my gosh, the beginning of September this week.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Bill. Well, a bat has tested positive. Forecast in this half hour, we go over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. What you tracking on the radar?
Well, it's pretty quiet across our area, but we are looking to the south and west, and just want to give folks an update on the leftovers of Ida. We, of course, have been following this very closely over the weekend as it made landfall as a major hurricane. And now we are keeping an eye on where it's headed. This is the track from the National Hurricane Center. The track brings it across the mid-Atlantic. And even though the winds are, or at least the violent winds are done with Ida, there's still going to be some locally heavy rainfall along the track of that storm. And where the rain does fall, accumulations will be about 6 to 8 inches. Thankfully, at least for our local area, this ends up being south. This is the forecast for heavy rainfall, and the risk is across southern New York State. We're talking about downstate New York, Long Island, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. But with this being so close, we will keep a very close eye on this because, as we know, weather forecasting not written in stone. There could be a wobble to the north or to the south. And if it does happen to wobble north, it could bring us some rainfall in our area on Wednesday. Weather looks quiet this evening, partly sunny skies, temperatures in the upper 70s, noticeably less humid as we head into tonight as well as tomorrow. We're taking a look at a cooler forecast ahead. A look at that is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Utica police have made an arrest.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening and welcome back. The weather is changing this evening. A cold front heading to our east is bringing down the humidity. Already noticing that change over the past few hours, and it's going to turn a lot less humid heading into tonight as well as tomorrow. Live look at Old Forge. Very pretty scene this evening, some sunshine. We've been noticing a few trees starting to change color across the area, at least especially across the North Country. We still have several more weeks before we get into peak color here, and there's always a few trees that like to jump the gun. Don't worry, it's no sign of anything in our future. The leaves change based on the environment. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things are looking quiet across our area. Again, a very summer-like afternoon. We had high humidity over the past couple of days, but that is going to change. If you're heading out to the New York State Fair, the weather looks great this evening as well as tomorrow. In fact, we're looking at low humidity, partly sunny skies, temperatures in the mid-70s. And again, the biggest story going forward for our local weather, the drop in humidity. I know it's been very humid over the past few days. We've been dealing with a lot of hot weather lately, but things start to change. The humidity drops tonight, and it stays comfortable over the next couple of days. Maybe slightly muggy tomorrow, Wednesday, but again, in comparison to what we've been dealing with, it should feel a lot nicer than Thursday and Friday. Will remind you of early fall in central New York. Temperatures will be in the low 70s, and the air will be very dry. Skywatchers, Barneveld 77, Old Forge 75, Paynes Hollow 80 degrees, Clinton 72, across Southern Valleys, Jim and Richfield 83, Stewart and Cooperstown 79, Milford 76, and Edmonston with 78. As the cold front heads to the east, our weather will continue to dry out, so tomorrow looks to be a pretty nice day. Look at our Storm Tracker 2 skycasts again. We're looking at partly cloudy skies tonight. You can leave the windows open going to bed. Overnight lows drop down into the low 60s, so it will be comfortable. Tuesday starts out with mostly cloudy skies. We'll see a few breaks of sunshine, especially later in the day. High temperatures climb into the mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow night, the weather looks quiet. Some high clouds start to arrive. This is from the remnants of Ida. Heading into the mid-Atlantic as we head into Wednesday, we'll see some high clouds associated with the leftovers of the hurricane. And the southern half of our area could see a few rain showers here late Wednesday, especially across southern Otsego and Shenango counties. Turning less humid tonight, low of 60. Tomorrow, sunshine mixed with clouds, pleasant, less humidity, a high of 77. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers, maybe a rumble of thunder on Wednesday from the leftovers of Ida, 75. Thursday and Friday, feeling comfortable and a little taste of early fall with highs in the low 70s and low humidity. We're dry through Saturday, some showers and a few thunderstorms possible on Sunday as well as Labor Day. The latest track of Hurricane Ida, or at least the leftovers of Hurricane Ida, is coming up at 6 o'clock. Stay with us.
Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Good evening, Bill.
Good evening, Jason. After very humid conditions over the past few days, a cold front that has rolled through this afternoon is providing some change. A drop in the humidity That will continue as we get into this evening, tonight, and tomorrow. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across our local area. I want to zoom out and head all the way to the southeast, where we are continuing to track, which is now Tropical Depression Ida, which means the winds have slackened to 35 miles an hour. Still some very heavy rain with that. And we're going to keep a very close eye on that, as the track of that storm will be making a very close call into the mid-Atlantic and parts of the Northeast as we head into Wednesday. Current temperature is 80 degrees. The dew point is down to 57 after being close to 70 earlier today. So we've gone from tropical feeling weather to much more comfortable conditions this evening. And again, that humidity continues to drop. It dries out as we head into Tuesday. And again, tracking Ida and any potential impacts in central New York on Wednesday coming up. This evening, partly sunny skies, temperatures in the 70s. It will be cooler as we look ahead as well. A look at that forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Search and rescue efforts are underway after Hurricane Ida roared ashore along the Louisiana coast Sunday as a powerful Category 4 storm. Destruction is widespread and millions are without power. Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards says rescue crews are still trying to reach some of the hardest hit areas where there are reports of people retreating to their attics to escape rising waters. NBC's Liz McLaughlin reports now from New Orleans.
A massive search and rescue operation is underway a day after Hurricane Ida slammed into the coast of Louisiana.
I think the damage is catastrophic. It's the worst that I've seen in the 20 years that I've been in the parish, and we've seen several hurricanes.
The deadly Category 4 storm packing 150-mile-per-hour sustained winds and dangerous storm surge.
It was pretty scary. It was pretty scary.
Across the strike zone, the damage is massive. Residents describing the chaos as trees crashed into homes.
And I really didn't have any time to react. And, you know, just the ceiling came crashing down.
Those in low-lying areas retreating to upper floors and attics to escape the rising water.
Then it just progressively got worse till it was ankles, knees, almost chest level. So we just put the dogs on the counters and then we climbed into the attic.
Making a bad situation worse. Ida's destructive wind and rain hovered over the state.
Not only was this a Category 4 storm, but it stayed a Category 4 storm for hours over southern parts of Louisiana.
In New Orleans, a sudden rush of water stranding people in their vehicles overnight as rescuers rushed in.
Man, it was hectic. They had people crying. You had people fainting out there. Some people just haven't seen nothing like that before.
Dangerous and destructive. Ida's impact being felt across the region. Liz McLaughlin, NBC News, New Orleans.
Congresswoman Claudia Tenney hosted Congressman John Katko for a tour.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening and welcome back. A big change in the weather today, starting out cloudy, dreary, and very humid, and now the sun is back out, and it's going to be a very nice evening here in central New York. You have a little over an hour to enjoy it. The sunset nowadays is about 7:45, and we are taking a live look outside. This is our CAV Tower Cam. We are looking to the south, and again, it is looking to be a very pleasant evening in central New York. The showers, the rain, even some thunderstorms have now drifted into southern New York State, heading into western New England. It's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, and again, we are looking forward to a dry evening here in central New York. It's also going to be a lot more comfortable going to bed tonight. You can leave the air conditioner off. Overnight lows will drop to around 60, so you can leave the windows open and air out the house and give the AC a rest. Over the next couple of days, we're looking at much more comfortable weather. The humidity is looking to be much lower over the next few days. Thursday and Friday, it's going to feel like early fall in central New York with very low humidity and temperatures in the low 70s to upper 60s. So we are seeing some big changes in the weather as we head throughout the week. Old Fort 75 this evening, Curtis Corner 76, Paynes Hollow 80. Across southern valleys, MJ and Sequoia 77, Lawrence 77, West Lawrence with 80 degrees, Helen and Cassville 76. So the cold front continues to march to the east, and behind that, some cooler and drier air works in as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures will be a few degrees colder, or cooler, I should say. Look at our Storm Tracker 2 Skycast again. Heading into tonight, temperatures will drop down into the 60s. Tomorrow looks like a generally nice day. We start out with some clouds in the morning, but then some sunshine breaks out. heading into the afternoon. Temperatures will climb into the mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow night, some clouds develop across the area. This is from Ida. Ida, which is a tropical depression, will be slowly pushing to the north and east as we head into tomorrow as well as Wednesday. And as far as our local weather is concerned, we're expecting the heaviest rain to pass to the south. The rain may make it as far north as the I-88 corridor, but again, the rest of us are looking at generally dry weather. And if the storm turns farther to the north, more areas may end up getting wet. But at this point, the really heavy rain is not expected to make it anywhere near our area. It's going to be a much larger issue for the mid-Atlantic, southern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Long Island. But again, we will continue to keep an eye on that. Once the storm heads out to sea, it's going to wrap into some much cooler weather as we head into the end of the week. Less humid tonight, down to 60. Tomorrow, sunshine, pleasant. Less in the way of humidity, a high of 77. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, keeping an eye on Ida for Wednesday. Maybe some rain, especially south of the Mohawk Valley. 75 for the high. Less humidity, feeling like early fall Thursday and Friday. Temperatures in the low 70s, overnight lows in the low 50s. We're dry into Saturday, some showers, even a thunderstorm possible on Sunday, as well as Labor Day. Jason, back to you.
All right, thank you, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6 tonight. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Good evening, Bill.
Good evening, Jason. Good evening, everyone. We're tracking much less humidity as we head into the next 24 hours. Big change in the weather, all thanks to a cold front that rolled through this afternoon. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the area. We're heading to the south and west to show you what is now Tropical Depression Ida. That means winds have fallen below 39 miles an hour. It is still causing some very heavy rain and flash flooding in Louisiana and Alabama. We will be tracking this as it continues to head to the north and east. And it could give us some changes in the weather for sure as we head into Wednesday. Looks like the brunt of the heavy rain, though, should pass to the south. Current temperature is 64 degrees. If you're heading to the New York State Fair tomorrow, the weather is looking fantastic. Partly sunny skies, cloudy start, but a nice finish. So you look at our weather heading into tonight. Less humid, a low of 60. We are tracking some nice weather tomorrow, but we are also tracking the remnants of Ida. We'll let you know how that impacts our weather on Wednesday, and it's coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. We'll get more to Ida in just a few moments. First, though, America's longest war has officially come to an end. The last of the United States military planes have now moved out of Afghanistan. The U.S. military conducting what it calls its largest non-combatant evacuation in history over the last 18 days. Alice Barr has more from Washington tonight.
Tonight, an ending to America's longest war.
Our troops have departed Afghanistan. A new chapter of America's engagement with Afghanistan has begun. It's one in which we will lead with our diplomacy.
The costs of the 2-decade-long conflict were high. More than 2,400 American lives lost, about $1 trillion spent. And in the end, the future of Afghanistan remains uncertain. In the treacherous final hours on the ground, the U.S. military says its anti-missile systems thwarted an attack aimed at the Kabul airport overnight. ISIS militants believed to have launched at least 5 rockets. There are no reported casualties. That after the U.S. military says its own drone strike hit an ISIS car bomb heading to the airport. Military leaders say they're investigating reports civilians may have been killed in the explosion.
Make no mistake, no military on the face of the earth works harder to avoid civilian casualties than the United States military.
It comes after last week's horrific ISIS suicide bombing at an airport gate killed roughly 200 Afghans and 13 U.S. service members. President Biden paying his respects to the fallen at Dover Air Force Base over the weekend as 13 families grieve a devastating loss.
That's going to be hard to go on without him. But we know that he died doing exactly what he wanted to do. He went out his way.
A dangerous mission now over with the end of the 20-year war in Afghanistan. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
With the November elections closer than you might think.
Central New York's most dependable weather team. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening and welcome back. We're taking a live look outside from our Academy Tower cam as we look towards the city of Utica. Pretty nice night so far, and we're expecting dry conditions overnight. Temperature-wise, it should become more and more comfortable as we head into tomorrow morning, as we expect overnight lows to drop down to the low 60s. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It will be dry for the remainder of tonight across central New York. A couple of showers earlier today. And again, going to bed, you can give the air conditioner a rest. We're expecting overnight lows to drop down into the low 60s. In fact, over the next several days, temperatures will be a lot more comfortable, and I think many of us can get away without using the air conditioner. Highs throughout the week will be in the 70s, and more importantly, we get a break from the humidity. It's feeling just slightly muggy tomorrow as well as Wednesday, but then by Thursday and Friday, we're expecting a taste of early fall. Looking at temperatures in the low 70s for highs and very low humidity. Again, it's going to feel very comfortable, and many of us will find that kind of weather welcoming. So we look at the radar and satellite image. Cold front moving to our east, pushing away the high humidity. Also still causing some showers in downstate New York. In addition to tracking that cold front, our eyes continue to be focused on Ida, which is, again, a tropical depression with winds sustained at 35 miles an hour. Still producing some very heavy rain. The track of this will make its way into the mid-Atlantic, southern New Jersey, perhaps making it as far north as some parts of New England. The brunt of this storm will pass to our south and east, and the highest chance of heavy rainfall looks to be to our south as well. This is the look at the potential for flooding on Wednesday, and again, the region highlighted in red is south of our area. This would include downstate New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and into our nation's capital. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, looking at mostly cloudy skies. Overnight lows drop down into the low 60s. Nice day tomorrow, looking at a mix of sunshine and clouds. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 70s. Tomorrow night, the weather remains mostly cloudy. We'll see some high clouds from Ida on Wednesday. I think the weather will be generally quiet. Some rain will start to work its way northward as we get into Wednesday afternoon, perhaps impacting the southern valleys later in the day, so we'll keep an eye on that. Less humid tonight, low of 60. Tomorrow, nice day, pleasant, less humidity, and a high of 77. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Wednesday, again, the chance of a shower, again, just based on the track of Ida. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, a taste of early fall with highs in the low 70s, overnight lows in the low 50s. Some showers, even a few thunderstorms return by Sunday and Labor Day. We'll be right back.
Let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Karnes. Good evening, Bill.
Good evening, Jason. We are now in the wake of a cold front, and our weather is turning less humid. Let's take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Always quiet across the region. We had a few sprinkles earlier today, but the weather is going to remain dry tonight. I want to head to the south and west and give you an update on what is now tropical depression Ida. That means the winds have fallen below 39 miles an hour. Still producing some very heavy rain and still expected to make its way into the northeast, impacting the mid-Atlantic as we head into Wednesday night as well as Thursday. The brunt of that storm looks to stay to our south, but we will still see some changes in the weather with it, and we'll explain coming up. Current temperature is 62 degrees. If you're heading to the New York State Fair tomorrow, it should be a nice day. Low humidity, partly sunny, temperatures in the mid-70s. Heading into tonight, overnight lows drop down to near 60, and it feels a lot less humid as we head into tomorrow. We are tracking Ida. We're also looking at even cooler weather as we head later into the week. Look at that forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Hurricane Ida is moving north and has been downgraded to a tropical storm, leaving behind a path of destruction. More than 1 million are without power, and the death toll continues to rise in Louisiana, where the powerful Category 4 hurricane made landfall. NBC News correspondent Liz McLaughlin is in New Orleans with the latest tonight.
A massive rescue operation underway across Louisiana.
It was the worst thing ever. It was the worst thing ever. I got my baby out there.
Relief for some who rode out Hurricane Ida, brought to safety after being trapped by floodwaters.
I was mopping, and then it just progressively got worse till it was ankles, knees, almost chest level. So we just put the dogs on the counters, and then we climbed into the attic.
The storm has left nearly half of Louisiana in the dark. Crews now working to restore power to more than 1 million homes.
Almost the entire southeastern part of our state is without power.
But power isn't the only concern.
Never have a major loss like this.
Many homeowners spent the day surveying what's left and what's lost.
This is unreal. This is nothing I've ever seen before.
The storm may be over in Louisiana, but it will be a long road to recovery. Liz McLaughlin, NBC News, New Orleans.
New tonight.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening and welcome back. We're taking a live look outside overlooking the city of Utica. This is a live look at our CAV tower cam. Conditions are cooling off tonight. Temperatures making their way into the low 60s. And in the wake of a cold front, we're going to see a nice drop in the humidity as we head into the day tomorrow. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, looking at dry weather as we head into tonight. You give the air conditioner a rest. We're looking at overnight lows tonight down to 60 degrees and enough to cool off the house. A little bit of natural air conditioning tonight. Very comfortable. And it does look like the weather will stay comfortable over the next few days. High temperatures will be in the 70s. And with lower amounts of humidity tomorrow and Wednesday, again, a good break from the summer, the very high humidity that we've been experiencing lately. Thursday and Friday, it turns even less humid. In fact, feeling like early fall with dry air and cooler temperatures. Highs only in the low 70s Thursday and Friday. Overnight lows will be in the low 50s to upper 40s. So we look at the radar and satellite image. We are tracking that cold front that continues to move to the south and east. And behind that, winds turn into the northwest, again, allowing for some drier and cooler weather to arrive. This push of cooler weather will also push Ida to our south. Again, we're continuing to track this tropical depression. The heavy rainfall that goes with it is expected to move into the mid-Atlantic, making it as far north as southern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, into Long Island, even some heavy rain towards Boston. But again, as far as our local weather is concerned, we do expect to miss the brunt of that. You can see how the forecast plays out in terms of heavy rainfall. This red indicates a high risk for flash flooding. But again, do note that it is expected to be to our south, downstate New York, again into southern New England, as well as Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, West Virginia, and Northern Virginia in that high risk of flooding heading into Wednesday with the leftovers of Ida. Tonight, the weather stays pretty quiet. Cloudy skies, overnight lows will drop down into the mid-60s. Tomorrow, looking at a nice day, sunshine after some morning clouds. Heading into tomorrow night, we start to see some high clouds from Ida start to move into our area. So Wednesday's weather does look cloudy again with the remnants of Ida moving in. Overcast skies across our area, but the rain, at least the heavy rain, is expected to stay to our south. Less humid tonight, low of 60. Tomorrow, beautiful day, sunshine and clouds, temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, that chance of a shower from the leftovers of Ida Wednesday, 75. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, comfortable, low humidity. Again, feeling like early fall. Temperatures in the low 70s. Showers are possible as we look ahead to Sunday and Monday. We'll be right back.